Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 in my tent. Hey! Oh, and I bought a new piece of kit. This thing. I knew there was one in the shop, I just didn't know where it was, but I bought the windrower. So next time that we have to do grass growth, it's all good. Now, I'm hoping that if I pull up my map now, my little field in the middle of it over here, I'm hoping it now says that it's, obviously it's been harvested. It doesn't need rolling, that's fine. It doesn't need weeding, that's fine. We don't need to remove stones, and it's all good. Fantastic. So I don't really know what to do today, and we've got £4,475, and I'm okay with that. And I was looking into like trees and bits and pieces, and obviously at the moment like trees are quite expensive, but I've got these stumps left here, and I'm not quite sure what happens to stumps in this game. I'm not sure if they just die off or whatever, but we'll figure that out as we go. Right, so I suppose I was going to look into a shop to see if we could actually buy some trees. So oak trees are a little, wow, okay. What is this? A K300T plus SKAI1, what is it? It's a thing. I don't even know what it does. It just says it's 2.1 tons. It's an engine, or it produces 21. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you know what this is, because I don't know what it is. Oh, there you go. A yarder can be used to transport logs out. Oh, that's what it is. I don't need one. I have a hand cut. So the nearest thing I can get for anything money-wise is this at the moment. So that's not very handy for me. My field is so small that I can't even get, I can kick a football from one side to the other with no effort. Right, so let's go and have a look at trees and plants and bits and pieces and see what we can actually get. So let's have a look. Most trees are basically £1,000. So if I want like two trees, it's going to cost me £1,000 plus 1,000. So that's £2,000 for. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Does that mean no? Oh no. I think £1,000 gets me 20 trees. Oh, I was reading this way wrong. I genuinely thought it was going to cost me like 50 grand to buy 50 trees. Turns out it's going to cost me £1,000 to buy like 20 trees. I reckon we do that. I need to buy that. I'm not going to go elm. I'm going to go to there's lots of trees. Anyway, oak. So the reason why I'm going to go oak is because of Daggerwin. So if anyone watches him and you watch me, you can blame him, because he said, and I quote, "For some strange reason, oak trees grow faster than any other tree in the game." Now that's his quote and not mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant like as many as I can on that hill. Maybe I might only do like 10. I could put some down the side as well, and it's only a small plot of land, so if I put too many trees in, it's going to look too stupid. So I reckon if I put like 2 or 3 at the back, and then just keep the box until they grow again, and then I'm gonna, one box of trees is gonna last me like 10 years. That's what I don't intend to put all 20 down, because 20 is quite a lot of trees, and I don't have a massive amount of land. He started off with a much bigger piece of land. I'm starting off with basically a slightly bigger tennis court, or what looks like, you know, it's a little field. It's not massive, but if I put 20 trees around that, it's going to cause problems. So let's go and get my pallet of trees, and then plant a couple. And I mean, we might keep some as scenery, maybe, we'll see. I'll just have to figure out when we get there. So I've got to try and figure out like other ways of like getting money as well. Like cutting grass is all good. Cutting grass only takes me like a day. Getting all that sorted is about a day's worth of work, and all I have to do is fertilize it, and it's fine. I do have to come back once more into town to pick up some more fertilizer, because I'm down to like 48%, And I don't think that's enough to redo my field, so I need like 1 or 2 bags for that. I could order them up when we get there and be like, hey, I just need 2 more bags. Excellent, cool, thanks buddy. And walk out and put them on the pallet. So yeah, trees and fertilizer, and I don't know, I might have to buy a small house. Like when I say small house, like tiny house, because currently living in a tent and we're in September, it's only going to get colder, and you can't exactly boil a kettle when you've got no electricity. Now I was thinking about this, and I did say that I wasn't going to buy a solar farm. I wasn't going to turn my first field into basically a production of electricity so I can make loads and loads of passive income, so it wasn't that. But I did come up with one stipulation that could work in my favour and kind of work with the whole living off of the land thing as well. And what I'm going to take from that is I get a house with a solar panel on it. So this means that technically my guy would be living off grid. If he wanted a cup of tea or cook something, then he could, because it would technically be his electricity. And the like 100 quid a day or whatever it comes in at would just be the revenue from the house, instead of the house taking money. That's kind of how I was justifying it in my head. I was like, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. So I'll leave that up to you guys, but for me, that's how I was thinking about it. Actually, I don't even know when you were watching this video. It's a very strange one. I'm recording this way in the future. Well, in the past, and you're watching this in the future from when I'm recording this. Let's go! Oh, that's a point. Where do I pick up my trees from? Because obviously equipment comes from here. Where are my trees? I'm just automatically assuming they're coming from the same place. Huh. So my trees are here. The downside is that there's no bloody icon on the map to tell me they're here. Okay, and there we go. 1 pallet of trees. Now, as you can see, I can't just pick these up and start planting them. I need that shed that plants trees. So I'm gonna have to make, I think it's just gonna have to park here. I'm not sure how big the shed is though, that's the problem. But as long as we can get rid of some of these trees, we'll be all right. I am going to see if I can start like get rid of the stumps of these ones though. So I think the idea is to cut them as low down as possible, and just can I cut it? Where can I cut you? About there. I suppose I need a de-stumper at this point. That's a bit of a smeg. Cutting failed. Oh, I don't really care. Hold on. Like I said, I just kind of want them gone. Ooh, I got a circular bit of wood. I am sort of hoping cutting it down to nothing gets rid of it, but maybe I'll just have to get lucky. Okay, so yeah, we need to build a shed, and this means I've got to spend money because, well, I mean, you got to spend money to make money, apparently. So let's just have a look through my options here. It is mainly this. So that is a hand plant saplings box, a storage built with 1 shovel and a space to store some extra saplings. I probably don't need to build the shed because the shed's like 60, but this one's for 30. Now once I'm finished like building this, I'm only gonna have a few left, so that's not too bad. I'm just looking. Okay, I think we just need the little box then, this one, which is 2 grand. There we go. So I got myself my box. Take sapling shovel, and I got 20 of these, but I definitely don't need 20 oak trees. So I'm wondering if I can plant it on top of an, oh no, I can plant it next to the old stump. You first need to fill the tool. Oh, that means I need to pick one of these up. Okay, I've taken some of them from the thing. I've planted a tree. Oh, I'm so happy with myself. So the reason why I'm planting them next to the old stumps is because I can't mow this area because of the stump. So I figured if I just put a tree next to the old stump, then, you know, things might happen. Maybe. I'm kind of just guessing at this point. There we go. I was going to say, there's another load of stumps up here somewhere. There they are. So we've planted 4 trees so far. Well happy. Well, there's 6. I'm sort of lining my land. I've done 10 trees. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know what? I could just plant those down by the river. There we go. So if we go down this end a little bit further. Oh, this is my land as well. Rightio. So that's 13 planted, and I'm just kind of filling up gaps now. Because there's no way that I'm going to be building there's no way that I'm going to like dig up this bit of land anymore. I think I've got one more tree to plant. Kind of want to fill in this corner with this one here. We are done. So I've planted up my trees. They'll grow and they'll be okay in like 2 years time. Because according to Daggerwin, they grow the longest. There we go. Return to... Yep. So that's all done. I've got my little compost shed now, and trees are planted, and that's all good. I've got no storage to put any more in, mainly because I've got to be honest, I don't really need them. You know, they're kind of just there now. They're hopefully going to grow, and there'll be mighty trees, and then there'll be a mighty pacelet when I'm finished cutting them down again. But we'll be all right with that. So now I've just got to kind of fast forward a couple of days. Now, this is the thing that everybody does it. When you're doing these survival challenges, you can only do so much in a day. And you can only do so much when you've only got X amount of money. It's kind of sucky in a way. Anyways, let's have a look in the old purchasing thing. Let's see what's around. Nothing. Ooh, the £23,000 tractor. I can't afford it. I've got £1,500. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be sleeping for a couple of days. Just going to wait for the grass to grow because it's basically fertilized and ready to grow. We're just waiting for it now. Yeah, just gotta wait. It's kind of the boring part about it. It's like, yay, I've got to wait for grass to grow, and then when it's done, all of the hill will be ready to go again. This will be ready to go again, and it's been fertilized, so I'm all right. So I'm just going to pop to sleep for a little bit. We'll go from there. Oh, so the reason why this isn't going to grow is because I don't have a roller. I could buy oh, I can't buy a car. It's 14 grand. All right, so we've got to go hand tools, and I've got to buy a roller. Do one of those. Yep. All right. Okay. So, yep. I've got to now walk to the shop. I've got to pick up my roller. And I've got to run it all the way back here. Excellent. See you at the shop. There's my roller. Now I've got to walk it all the way back to the... Yeah. Fun and games for the whole family. Look at my roller though. It's dead sex. Yeah, look at that. It's pushable glass roller. So the thing that I forgot about, it's been a while since I played this game, is that when you're doing grass and you want it to grow kind of, you know, straight away after you cut it, you've got to roll the land. And the reason why you've got to roll it is because it apparently tells it it's on its reset cycle. So yeah, now we've got to walk all the way back to my house or tent with the roller, and then I've got to walk all the way to my field, and then I've got to walk up and down and roll my grass. Now thankfully the headlands have started to grow, which means by the time I actually get around to actually cutting my grass, the headlands will be on quite a good growth, which means I should get a decent amount of money out of it. And on the plus side to cutting grass is you get like an environmental bonus of like $21, so it's not too bad. Now the other thing I'm kind of thankful for is that where I live, well, where I kind of camp, it's literally only like 1,000 meters to the to the farmers market. They buy my bales off me. It's handy. So now I've just got to get back and I've got to roll of the land. And I guarantee fertilizing doesn't count, and then it's going to be all smeggy up again, and I've probably got to walk all the way back here to get some more fertilizer, and oh, joys of life. And some lime as well. I've probably got to lime my fields. Yay me. So this is the 6th day of September. I've only got one more day of September left, and it goes into October. Oh no. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. Winter time is going to be a pain. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do in the winter. I'm probably just going to sleep through it. And then wake up in spring and go, oh, look, I can cut my grass again. Oh, look, I can cut my grass again. That's just how it's going to be. I'm going to be cutting grass for a little while. Whilst I've got all these tools, and I've got really no other stupid ways of doing things, I'll be okay. Right. Now, I can't be bothered to wait for the thing. So, I think I can swim with this thing, maybe? It's right, I've got a mod on. I've saved my roller from certain death. This mod is only being used in like emergency terms. Can I pick up heavy objects? There we go. Right, and turn it off. And it's broken and needs repairs. And where do I get it repaired? It was easier to sell it and try and if you tell me like how to reset something, I'll deal with it. But yeah, that was kind of annoying. So I'm gonna do this the cheaty way. I'm gonna buy the thing again, and I'm gonna carry it all the way. I can't bother to do all that again. Right, search, hand tools, roller. Yep, buy it. Cool. Excellent. Get out of here. Right, I'm going to pick it up and I'm just going to run with it. I don't care. I'm going to get home. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to roll my... I'm not sure why I've got that other place tagged. But I'm going to run home now with this. Get back to the land, and then we're going to roll the land and make the grass grow again. But I guarantee I'm going to have to do something else when I get back. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. I ran all the way here, picked this thing up, and then it dropped in the water. So now I'm just going to swim it, and I'm going to hold it above the water, and I'm going to swim, and I'm just going to shortcut this. So I'll see you back at my land. Okay, there we go. Mildly annoyed, but apart from that, I'm okay. So now I've got to basically roll my land. So push B to turn it on. So now I'm going to roll the whole field again. Well, I say again, I've never done this in this playthrough. I'm going to roll the field, and then it should say that it's ready to be done again. And as I'm not using GPS or any type of like, hey, I've done this thing before, kind of just hoping I'm doing the whole field. Tell you what, could really do with a tractor. Could really do with a tractor, you know, to roll the land so I don't need to. Oh, all this handwork is yeah, it's really bad. And there we go. So that's all rolled and done, and hopefully that will cure the problem with everything not growing, or maybe it was growing and I just overworked it. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so there we are. Field is rolled. See, my field is like, doesn't need nothing. It doesn't need rolling. It doesn't need mulching. It doesn't need weeding. It's everything. My field is as good as it's going to get until it starts growing again. So I'm hoping when we move into October, we get like a good growth. Or it starts growing again. I can be like, yay, it's finally happening. I just want to start it growing. So I've gone through the whole skipping to October, and I've had to change my settings, so we're doing like 5 days a month instead of 20. So my grass has started to regrow, which is good, and that's nice. I'm hoping. Oh, I keep pushing the wrong buttons. There we are. So it doesn't need rolling, doesn't need that, it's just growing. Now, I was pretty sure that trees took about 2 years to grow. Why have all my trees grown? Like, all of the trees I've planted are now grown. They're here. So I now have all these trees. It's a really good way to get rid of those horrible little stumps as well, because I'm not seeing the little ones anymore. They're inside the trees. So they're inside. So oak trees took like 20 days to grow. Maybe that's what Dagger means. Like he's working on a 4-day scale. So each month for him is like 16 days. Mate, I don't know, it's weird, but all of my trees have grown. So now I've got like an abundance of oak trees, which I can cut down and destroy for wood, which would be quite profitable for me. I have stuff to do. So yeah, I can now hack those down. I can get that done. I can try and print off. I gotta be honest, at this point I'm kind of like, I do need to buy a new like chainsaw at some point. So yeah, I'm not sure why they grew so quick though, because they shouldn't have, unless that's just how it is. But I've got like days upon days of cutting down trees now. I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, Mr. Choppy's going to be well happy. I've got an axe and I'm not afraid to use it. The downside is that my axe is kind of pointless now. I'm like, I need a chainsaw. We need to spend £500 or £600 on a chainsaw and just whack these bad boys down. But that's kind of where I'm up to. Yeah. So basically, any tree that looks like this is one of mine. And all these trees I planted. So I might keep some of them here. That red one's definitely going to go. These three in the middle, definitely going to go. This one down here, definitely going to go. But I think the other ones are all right. They're just kind of lining my cut area, and I'm all right with that. So I reckon for the price that we paid for 20 trees, I'm only going to cut down like 5 or 6 of them. I'm going to keep the rest just because it's my area. But there we are. I'm at October 1st. My grass is growing. It's not as long as it should be right now. It does need weeding. It's been rolled. It is growing. It's all good. But yeah, all my trees are up. Very strange. So, what's on the old agenda for the next couple of videos? I think we're going to be doing a lot of wood cutting. Tractors are a bit cheap. A ripper, 5 grand. 29 grand for a tractor. 6,000 for an old school tractor. I mean, I've got to be honest, we probably need something just like that, just to use as a mower. Let's see how things go. Anyways, I'm going to be spending a little bit of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the trees I'm going to cut them down, and then when we come back to the next video, because I've got to be honest, it's going to be a couple more days until the grass is good and proper to grow. I'm going to cut down some trees and get them all pruned off and ready to go, I think, because we need something to do. I need to make a shed ton of cash, and selling off this lot of field, that's going to be like 4 grand's worth of grass. Each tree's about £1,500–1,600, depending on when we're selling it, and depending on who we sell it to. Because if I go into here and then look at the actual graft for, where's wood or forest or trees? Wood. There we are. Where are we up to? We're here. We've just got into October. November is when prices are going to hit up to $1,800. Already, the carpentry places are giving me they're doing £1,800, £1,800 for it, and they're one of the closest people I go. That's the people I go to always. 1,800 quid for wood. You know what? It's about time I cut it now, get it ready, get it pruned, get it done. And then we've got money to burn, literally, going into November. All right, well, I'm going to cut some trees down. I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Have a great rest of your day, and join me again for another exciting hardcore style video where I'm really battling the elements on this one, because I need some money to buy stuff, and we haven't got any money. It's all tied up in trees and grass. See you later. Bye-bye for now.